Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. Don't really have anything this morning. It's cold and snowy here today, and here's Helga, of course. Good morning to you too. Yeah, you're a knucklehead. Anyways, it's cold and snowy here today. It's supposed to snow all day, so good day to stay inside and hide from the weather. But I did want to get on here and just show off an old build. You know, done a couple updates the past couple days. I still need to do an update on the USAC build, so maybe we'll get that going this week. Anyways, yeah, I just want to say thank you to all of you for watching. Thanks for all the comments, getting some great comments the past, always. And it's always appreciated. Really like interacting with all of you. Thanks to Paul. I always have a lot of great content to look forward to on Sunday because everybody's really picked this Sunday morning model cars and coffee up and ran with it. Speaking of which, needed a drink there. So today you'll see the thumbnail, but I'm going to show off another one of my old Ferraris. I had shown off the 126 and mentioned that I had some more in the Ferrari Formula One collection. So yeah, I'm going to show you today the F187, which was the 1987 entry from Ferrari into the Formula One Championship. So I'll spin you around and we'll check it out, and then I'll get out of here. All right, for dramatic effect, as usual, we have my lovely, whatever color Aladdin coffee cup this is, but here it is. And we're not gonna focus today. Hello. All right. Sometimes it struggles with the focusing. I'll pull this up a little bit. Now, this was, again, one of my oldest builds from my return to the hobby. You know, I've gone over it before. I sort of did a few builds in 2017. And then we sort of got busy and we moved and only did a couple builds in 2018. And then I started doing a few more in 2019. By 2020, I was building a lot. And the last 3 or 4 years, I've done about 30 builds a year, roughly. But this was, I would say 2018 probably, because I know I had built the F2001 before this, I think. So this was probably right after the F2001. I got this for cheap. It's an old Protar kit. It's the only actual Protar kit I've built. A lot of their stuff Italeri has now. Yeah, this kit was it was a challenge for me, especially not being exactly super experienced at the time, but it looks like an F187, which was sort of Ferrari's first, what I would call modern looking Formula One car. You know, it doesn't have the driver's still way forward, but it doesn't have sort of that cab forward look of the older cars. It's a lot lower, a lot sleeker. This car was an all-new design. Ferrari in '85 won the Constructors' Championship, but in '86 the F186 was pretty terrible. So the designer, Harvey Postlethwaite, was fired. He was a really good car designer, but you know, they all have their duds, and they brought in Gustav Brunner and he started this design, and then they hired John Barnard, who is a legendary car designer. He has designed the McLaren MP4-2, which started the dominance of McLaren in the 80s. He did the Chaparral 2K, which was the first ground effects car at the Indy 500 that dominated Jim Hall Racing, the Yellow Submarine Pennzoil sponsor car. Rutherford just killed everybody with it in 1980. Yeah, he went on to revolutionize the semi-automatic gearbox for these with the flappy paddles, you know. So yeah, John Barnard was really smart, and he took Brunner's design and made it better. They really sort of struggled at the beginning of the year with understeer. Barnard redesigned some stuff. The car got more competitive. It was driven by Michele Alboreto, who had finished second in the Drivers' Championship for Ferrari in 1985 and was a 5-time Grand Prix winner, and also Gerhard Berger. Berger sort of outclassed Alboreto in 87 and 88. They raced this car in 88 as well, just with some changes. Berger was faster. The car wasn't very reliable, but Berger was always faster. He was better at getting more from less, I think, perhaps, than Michele was, although, you know, Michele was a super talented, really strong driver. This was also an all-new turbocharged V6 for Ferrari. This kit is full detail. You could probably do more than what I did, but like I said, this was an old build. Yeah, we're gonna fight the focus today. Anyway, there's the little V6 with the turbochargers. If I did it now, you know, I'd probably try to wire it, maybe add some plumbing to these radiators or something. I did put this screen on the radiator because it was just a box. So I put some metal screen on there as well as in the side, just to add some detail there. I used some of Tamiya's belts with the photo etch harnesses. You got the decals down there. These were the original 1987 kit decals. They were pretty yellowed, but I stuck them in the window for actually taped them on the window, and then I forgot about them. So they were up there for, man, this thing is just, we're breaking stuff now. Oh no, that's the access panel for the shocks. But yeah, they were pretty yellowed, and they were in the window for quite a while because I forgot about them. And of course they turned white, and I applied them, and they've been perfectly fine. So got lucky with that. They actually worked really well too. They came right off the backing. I had to soak them for kind of a while, but they worked well. Yeah, so this was 880 in race trim, or 950 horsepower in qualifying trim from a 91 cubic inch twin turbo V6. Pretty impressive stuff. But again, they struggled with reliability. They struggled with handling. It was only really good on the really fast tracks because the engine didn't do well in low RPMs. Just had a ton of top-end grunt. And Berger won 2 times at the end of 87 with it, and he won once in 88. Alboreto had several podiums, and you know, they were generally competitive with it. And then by the time 89 rolled around, they'd changed to a really radical car and gone a totally different direction. So Alboreto was fired after, well, he wasn't renewed after 1988, so he went, his career sort of took a downward turn in Formula One. He raced for a lot of back markers, all the way up until 1995. Had a really long career, 81 through 95. And then he sort of went back to his roots because he started out in sports cars, winning some endurance races for Lancia in the early 80s. As you can see, this wheel is a little off. This kit was really fiddly, and I really struggled with it. Like I said at the time, I'm sure wouldn't be nearly as much trouble today, but I had no idea what I was getting into. So after Formula One, Alboreto drove sports cars. He got hooked up with Jost Team Porsche, who he won Le Mans with in 1997 in the ex-Tom Walkinshaw Jaguar XJ14, which Porsche took and turned into the WSC 95, a little-known, obscure Porsche endurance car that actually wasn't officially Porsche-backed. It was sold to privateers only, and there was only a couple of them, but they won Le Mans with it in 96 and 97, I believe. It's a good-looking car. Look it up if you haven't seen it, or I'll try to remember to put a photo in, but I'm usually terrible at remembering. Then he went to Audi, started to help develop the dominant R8, won the Petit Le Mans in 2000. They got third in Le Mans in 2000, and they won in 2001 in Sebring. Alboreto was testing the R8 prior to Le Mans in 2001 when he had a tire failure at 190 miles an hour and flipped several times and was killed. His crash actually became a big sort of thing because Audi's investigation found that he had a slow leak on the tire before it blew. So that led to the development of the TPMS sensors and really making them better and making them good enough for endurance racing, because, you know, nobody had any idea there was a problem until it was too late. So because of that, active TPMS sensors with the pressures started to become a big thing. Really a shame. He was a good driver. He drove an Indy car as well, the 96 Indy 500. He got a podium at New Hampshire in 97. Just a really good all-around driver, and so that's why I chose him for this. I do like Gerhard Berger too. I thought he was a cool guy. So yeah, I've been rambling on about this for long enough, so I hope you guys all have a really great Sunday, and I'll see you again real soon. Thanks for watching.